Every morning at exactly 6:10, Daniel Harper parked his aging blue sedan outside the small bakery on Elm Street. He never needed an alarm. His body had learned the rhythm of responsibility years ago, back when sleep became a luxury and mornings meant survival. He would cut the engine, sit still for a few seconds, and glance at the back seat where his 6-year-old son, Noah, was usually still asleep, his cheek pressed against the window, breath fogging the glass. Those quiet seconds were Daniel's only peace. After that, the day began. He would step out, straighten his jacket, and wait. The bakery door would open at 6:12 sharp, releasing the smell of fresh bread and burnt coffee. And then, like clockwork, she would appear. The woman never looked directly at him at first. She always stepped carefully, as if the sidewalk might give way beneath her feet. Her coat was too thin for winter, her scarf frayed at the ends. She carried a canvas bag that looked heavier than it should have been, its strap worn almost to breaking. Some mornings she trembled. Other mornings she looked oddly strong, chin lifted, eyes fixed forward like she was daring the world to challenge her. The first time Daniel noticed her was almost a year ago. She had been standing near the bus stop, staring at the schedule with a confusion that seemed deeper than missed timing. Daniel had assumed she was new to the city, or just tired. But when the bus arrived, she didn't get on. She stepped back instead, clutching her bag to her chest as if it were the only thing keeping her upright. That morning, Daniel had done nothing. The second time, he offered coffee. It wasn't planned. Noah had been cranky, Daniel was late for work, and patience was thin. But as he walked past her with 2 cups in his hands, he noticed her lips were slightly blue. Without thinking, he held one out. "You look cold," he said. She stared at the cup like it was unreal. "I can't. It's already paid for," he replied, even though it wasn't. She took it with shaking hands. "Thank you," she whispered, barely audible. After that, it became routine. Some mornings it was coffee. Other days, a muffin. Once, when rain soaked through her shoes, he left an umbrella leaning against the bus stop bench. He never asked questions, never waited for gratitude. He told himself it was just kindness, that anyone would do the same. But not everyone did. People passed her every day. Some glanced, most didn't. Daniel saw it all from the driver's seat or the bakery line, the way people avoided eye contact, the way discomfort hardened into indifference. He wondered how someone could become invisible while still standing in plain sight. Her name, he learned eventually, was Lily. She told him on a windy Tuesday morning when Noah had finally started talking again after weeks of silence following his mother's death. Lily had knelt beside the car window and smiled at Noah, not the kind of smile adults usually forced on children, but something softer, more honest. "He has your eyes," she told Daniel. Daniel stiffened. "You don't know that." She nodded. "I see things." That was Lily. She spoke like she lived halfway between this world and another. As weeks turned into months, Daniel noticed small changes. Lily's posture improved. Her hands shook less. She laughed once, an actual laugh, when Noah insisted on giving her half his cookie because sharing makes people stay. Daniel pretended not to hear that. He never told Lily about his wife, about the hospital room, the machines, the unbearable quiet afterward. He never told her about the nights he sat on the kitchen floor long after Noah fell asleep, staring at nothing, wondering how love could vanish so completely and still leave so much pain behind. But Lily seemed to know. "Anyway, you're doing better than you think," she said one morning, sipping her coffee slowly. Daniel frowned. At what? Staying. That word hit him harder than he expected. One morning in early spring, Lily didn't show up. Daniel waited longer than usual. He checked the bakery, the bus stop, even walked half a block down the street. Nothing. He told himself she had moved on, that she had found something better. He should have been happy. Instead, he felt unsettled. She was gone the next day too. And the next. On the 4th morning, Daniel found her sitting on the curb a few streets away, head in her hands, bag beside her like it had been dropped. He parked immediately. "Lily," he said, approaching slowly. "What happened?" She looked up, eyes red, face drawn. "I didn't want you to see me like this." "Like what?" "Broken again." She had lost her temporary job. The shelter she had been staying at was full. Everything she had been balancing so carefully had collapsed at once. Daniel didn't hesitate. He drove her to a resource center he barely knew existed. He sat with her while she filled out forms. Noah colored quietly beside them, occasionally glancing up to make sure Lily was still there. That day changed something between them. Lily began to talk more. Not everything, but pieces. She spoke about her past in fragments, an abusive relationship, a car accident, months she couldn't remember clearly. She never said the word depression, but it hung between them like fog. Daniel listened. He realized that helping her had become part of his healing too. Giving without being asked filled a space he hadn't known how to reach. Lily didn't need him to be strong. She just needed him to be present. And he was. Until the morning everything broke open. It was summer by then. Noah was excited about starting school. Daniel had finally begun to believe life might settle into something manageable. Lily arrived later than usual. She looked different, cleaner, steadier, but her eyes were intense, focused entirely on Daniel. "I need to tell you something," she said. Daniel nodded, heart pounding for reasons he couldn't name. "You don't remember me," she continued. "But I remember you." He shook his head slowly. "We met here." "No," she said gently. "Before that. 3 years ago. On the highway." Daniel froze. "You stopped," Lily said, voice trembling. "Everyone else drove past. I was sitting in my car, bleeding, thinking I was going to die. I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't think. And you stopped." Daniel's breath caught. "You held my hand until the ambulance came," she said, tears spilling freely now. "You kept talking to me. You told me your son's name. You told me to stay. I didn't even know your face clearly then. But your voice, it stayed with me." The world tilted. "That night," Lily whispered, "I lived because you didn't keep driving." Daniel remembered suddenly, the twisted metal, the rain, the woman trapped inside a car, the fear in her eyes. He had stayed long after he should have left, heart racing, Noah crying in the back seat. "I never thanked you," Lily said. "And when I saw you again this year, helping me like it was nothing, I realized something." She looked at him, eyes shining with something stronger than gratitude. "You saved my life once," she said. "And then you saved it again." Daniel couldn't speak. Tears blurred his vision. Noah reached out and took Lily's hand. "Daddy helps people," he said simply. Lily smiled through her tears. "Yes, he does." That morning, nothing magical happened. No sudden solutions. No perfect endings. But something shifted. Lily eventually found stability. A job. A small apartment. She still came by sometimes, not because she needed help, but because she wanted connection. Daniel watched his son grow. Lighter, happier, learning that kindness wasn't something you waited for, it was something you chose. And every morning at 6:10, Daniel still parked outside the bakery. Some habits weren't meant to be broken. Because sometimes, without realizing it, you save someone's life. And sometimes, they save yours right back.